Boxing, a brutal sport where two fighters enter the ring, but only one emerges victorious. Today we're breaking down a matchup that has the potential to redefine the lightweight division. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr.
Every time Tank Davis fights, I'm always on the edge of my seat. Let's go. We're talking about two fighters at the top of their game, each with something to prove.
Definitely something to prove. Let's start with that guy they call Tank Gervonta Davis. This guy's record is crazy. Nothing short of phenomenal. 30 wins, 0 losses, and peep this, 28 knockouts. That's a knockout rate of over 93%. Goddamn.
Those are some seriously impressive numbers. It's no wonder they call him Tank. He just steamrolls through his opponents.
Exactly. And it's not just raw power that makes Davis so dangerous. He's got this explosive style combined with lightning fast hands and in the ability to counter punch. Plus, he's a southpaw, which adds another layer of complexity for his opponents.
It reminds me of a young Mike Tyson in a way. That combination of speed and power that just overwhelms opponents. But Davis seems to have a bit more finesse to his game, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Davis has this incredible fight IQ. He's not just a brawler, he's a thinking fighter. He reads his opponents, adapts his strategy, and then exploits any weakness he finds. It's like watching a violent chess match unfold in the ring.
Well, that's a vivid image. So, what about his opponent? Lamont Roach Jr. isn't exactly a pushover either, right?
You're right on the money right there. Roach brings a different style to the table. His record stands at 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 10 knockouts. Not as knockout heavy as Davis, but still impressive.
So what's Roach's game plan likely to be against a powerhouse like Davis?
Well, Roach is known for his speed and high volume punching. He's got fast hands and the ability to outwork opponents, especially in exchanges. His best bet is probably to use his jab effectively, control the distance, and try to frustrate Davis in the early rounds.
Sounds like a solid strategy, but man, easier said than done against someone like Davis, right?
Oh, absolutely. Roach is going to have to fight the perfect fight to come out on top. He needs to avoid getting caught in a firefight with Davis while still being active enough to win rounds on the scorecards. It's called balance.
It's interesting you mentioned scorecards. How do you see this fight playing out round by round?
Great question. In the early rounds, I expect Roach to use his speed and movement to try and frustrate Davis, keeping him at bay with his jab. Davis is known for starting slow, filling out his opponents in the first few rounds.
Right. So Roach might have a chance to bank some early rounds if he can stay elusive.
Exactly. But as the fight progresses, Davis will likely start to increase the pressure, cutting off the ring and forcing Roach to engage. This is where it gets dangerous for Roach. Davis has this ability to lull opponents into a false sense of security. And then boom, lights out with one punch. Night.
Oh, that's got to be nerve-wracking for Roach. How do you prepare mentally for an opponent like that?
Well, that's what fight fans want to know, isn't it? The mental game is just as important as the physical one in boxing. Roach needs to stay focused, stick to his game plan, and not let the pressure of the moment get to him. It's one thing to train your body, but training your mind to stay calm when the punches are flying and the crowd is roaring, that's a whole different ball game.
So true. And let's not forget, this is arguably the biggest fight of Roach's career. A win here could be a real game changer for him. He will automatically become a superstar overnight.
Absolutely. It's a classic crossroads fight. A win for Roach would be a massive upset, a star-making moment that could change the trajectory of his career. But pulling off that upset won't be easy. Davis is a significant step up in competition for Roach.
It's fights like these that really showcase why boxing becomes a sweet science. It's not just about physical prowess. It's about strategy, mental toughness, and the ability to perform under immense pressure.
Couldn't agree more. And that's what makes this matchup so intriguing. We got Davis, the established powerhouse with knockout power in both hands, against Roach, the skilled technician looking to prove he belongs at the elite level.
So, if you had to make a prediction, how do you see this fight ending?
Well, if I'm being honest, it's hard to bet against Davis. His power and experience at the top level give him a significant edge. I wouldn't be surprised to see a TKO victory for Davis in the later rounds, or maybe around the 10th.
That seems like a reasonable prediction. But boxing has a way of surprising us. Remember when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson? Nobody saw that coming.
Don't even get me started on that fight. I was still young when that fight took place. My big uncle lost a hell of a lot of money betting on Iron Mike Tyson. It just goes to show that in boxing, anything can happen. One punch can change everything. That's why they say styles make fights. You just will never know how two fighters will match up until they share the ring together.
Exactly. And that's why we'll all be tuning in to watch Davis versus Roach. It's more than just a fight. It's a moment that could go down in boxing history.
Well said. Whether you're a die-hard boxing fan or just someone who appreciates high-stakes competition, this is a fight worth watching. It's a showcase of skill, strategy, and sheer determination.
Absolutely. And regardless of the outcome, you've got to respect both fighters for stepping into that ring. It takes a special kind of heart to do what they do. Straight killers, ready for war.
Yes, for sure. And there you have it. The stage is set for what promises to be an explosive encounter between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach Jr. Will Davis's power prove too much, or can Roach pull off the upset of a lifetime? We'll all be watching to find out.
Indeed we will. And remember, in boxing, as in life, it's not just about who wins or loses. It's about the courage it takes to step into the ring in the first place. Thank you for tapping into the Faces of Boxing Podcast TV. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe ASAP.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up our discussion of this highly anticipated matchup. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep your guard up and your eyes on the prize.